Hi everybody, it's Marcy, and in my last video, working out of my scrap box, we made these little matchbook covers to hold little note papers, which I really like. I made a few more. I can't honestly remember what I made on camera and what I didn't. But these are all of my matchbook covers. I know this one I didn't make on camera, and I just had this long strip of paper. So, just made one out of that. I think it might be actually my favorite one. So anyway, I've got the matchbook covers, and then I found a couple of just little bitty pieces of cardstock. So I just made simple tags. And then I made this, which is what I thought we would do this time, work on a few of these. Same idea as the matchbook covers, except with tags. But it's a double tag, just with little note papers inside for writing on. So, I've got this one. Again, if your paper is, oh, that is not straight. If your paper is directional, you'll have to pay attention. The back with these, the back of your tag will be upside down. Can we go 2 1/4? Maybe. That ought to work. Okay, let's just trim that a little bit. I don't know how my edge got off, but it did, so that'll work. Okay. And again, the size doesn't matter. But, okay, so as you can see, this will be, I'll make this be the front, because as I fold it over, that's going to be upside down. And which, actually in this case, it doesn't really matter. The butterfly could be flying down to the flower. So really, in this case, it doesn't really matter. Okay. So I'm just going to fold my paper in half. Boy, I am really being... That's better. Okay. And mine is 2 1/4, so I'll want my papers to be about 2 inches. And my tag is 4 1/4, so about 2 inches by 4 inches. So let's grab some papers. Slice that down. We'll make this one 4 inches. This one is a hair shade shorter, but that doesn't matter. Oop, oop, oop. So, 2 inches. I am almost done with the cardstock, and uh, once I am, then I plan to move on to, I showed you a couple of videos ago, I have cutoffs from file folders. So I plan to see what I can do with those. I just wanted to get through some of the cardstock. 5 papers, that ought to do. Just wanted to get through some of the cardstock because I think for the file folders, I'm going to want to, anything I put on them, I'm going to want to be on paper. Because they've already got some bulk to them, so. Okay, so now I'm just going to put my papers in here. And for this one, this is a small tag. I'm going to put an eyelet in it. So, but for this one, because it's kind of a small tag, I just want a small little eyelet. So get this in my crocodile. All right, that worked. And that will hold my papers. So now, oh, there it is. I'm going to use, here I've just got an old rewards card that I had cut angles on, and I use that to cut the corners for my tags. Just gives me a guide. And I will use my little corner chomper. And I'm just going to round the corners. There. Now I've got my papers secured in. Just little nice little note papers that can be written on. It doesn't add a great amount of bulk to my journal. And I can come back when I'm ready to use it. I can come back and add some lace or ribbon or something through there. I can distress. I can add embellishing to it. And so we've got that nice little tag. So I think I'll do another one. Ooh, that's 4.5 inches wide. Even if I leave I don't mind 6 inches tall, but 4.5 inches wide seems a little wide. So let's cut this one down to 3 inches. And again, I'm going to fold it in half. And let's see what I've got for papers here. So if it's 3 inches wide, 2 3/4 is probably the widest I'm going to want for papers, and about 5 3/4 in length, since it's, okay, that gives me 2. Three. We'll just make that one kind of a waterfallish. Type, which works fine. So, no. Oh. Okay. That's right, these were a little narrower because it had that torn edge. So let's get that like that. Put that. 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 And that. I'm not even sure how many papers there are in this. Okay. Ooh, that one is a hair shade long. Just a hair shade long. I don't want it to inadvertently stick out of the bottom. All right. Get these situated like I want them. All right, that'll work. Now, for this one, I'm going to use a larger eyelet. So I need to turn my crocodile around. That's the one. Okay, and I've mentioned this before, but these eyelets that I'm using are a hair shade larger than the Crocodile Hole Punch with stands. It works fine in the Crocodile, but I use a different hole punch. All right. So there we go. So again, our papers are secured in. All sorts of nice little journaling space. Use my rewards card corner cutter. There we go, and round the corners. I like rounding the corners just because it does make it a little easier if you're sliding stuff into a tuck or a pocket. The rounded corners help keep it from catching quite as much. So there we go. Another simple little journaling space tag. So that is about 7 1/4, so that'd be 3 1/2, 3 5/8 tall. That's pretty small for a tag. We could do another tall one with this. Is that 12 inches again? It is. So we'll do another inches wide. Maybe I'll do one with that as well and just turn it, use that side of the paper. I actually think I like that better because I don't have a cut-off hand. So yeah, I think, okay. I think we'll do it this way. And again, I'm not quite square, so let's bump this down to 2 3/4. So I can get that edge squared up much better. And this one, score that down. Okay, so this one is 3 inches and this is 2 3/4. So let's see what papers I've got. That'll work in that one. No, needs to be cut down a hair shade. So I need 2 1/2 and 2 3/4 papers. That'll work for that one. And I want it no longer than 5 3/4 inches long, so that I don't accidentally hang out the bottom. Okay, what else have I got? Use some of this. 2 3/4. And we'll cut this one at 2 1/2. How long is this paper? It is about 9 1/4, so I cut one at 4 1/2. Okay. We're almost there. And 3/4 and 5. Let's say 5. Okay, that's 5 for that one. We have 3 for that. So 2 1/2. And let's find one more sheet. Looking for something blank. All right, we will use that. So put these in. And again, I'm going to use a larger eyelet. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what I'm going to do with those file folder cutoffs. I have no idea yet. None. But I know I want to use them up. What I do know is I want to use them up. It's probably going to require some decoupaging on them, which is fine. And because I don't want, like I said, I don't want to add a lot of bulk to it, because they're already, I mean, they're file folders. They've already got some bulk to them, or cutoffs from file folders, and they're heavy-duty file folders to boot. So I figure decoupage will prevent adding a lot of bulk. And I've got some really odd, I mean, they're just cut off strips and stuff, so I don't know what I'm going to do with them. But that's why I'm trying to use up my cardstock first, so that all I have left is lighter weight printer paper, maybe a hair shade heavier than standard printer paper, but not cardstock weight. And like I said, I'm almost done with my cardstock. Unless there's some buried. But I think I've gotten through it. Okay. So there we go. There's our note paper. Get all my junk off the mat. There's our note paper tags. Very simple, very easy way to create extra journaling space. And like with everything else I'm doing, I will go back when I'm ready to use one. I will go back and add some embellishment to it. But until then, they'll be there and be ready to be used. So take care of yourselves. Happy crafting. And I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.